Hi guys. So yesterday I sent you the material regarding the workforce analytics, guys. You have the relevant documentation in the workforce analytics. I hope everyone received that. If someone didn't receive it yet, please let me know, guys. I'll resend that to you.
Yeah, I didn't get it, Raghu. Dipali here.
Oh, really? One second, Deepal. Let me take a note of that. Sure, I'll send that tonight, Deepali.
Logo, I haven't received as well. Sir.
Hey, it's there, guys. One second, guys. Let me check my. Let me pull my email ID. It's there. Because I sent the BizExpert implementation methodology and the workforce analytics link in the same email.
I didn't get either one of them, Raghu.
Raghu, can we summarize before we move on to workforce analysis?
Yep, I'll do that. I'll do that. Hey, you can see, guys, everyone was there. I don't know, like, who didn't receive it. I can see all of your email IDs. And let me send that to you and again. So, who didn't receive that, guys? Deepali, you told.
Archana, I didn't receive it too, Raghu.
Okay, Archana. Yeah. Deepali, what is your email ID, Deepali?
Hey, hi Raghu, good morning. I just joined. I mean, what are you talking about?
No, yesterday I sent you the material for the workforce analytics and the BizExpert project implementation methodology. So someone reported that they didn't received that material yet. So I'm resending that material to everyone, guys. So just let me know, guys, who didn't receive that. I'll resend that to you. It's only Deepali Archana, right?
Raghu, Tasneem as well.
Okay, Tasneem, you should be there, and you are there already.
Okay, let me check into junk mail.
Yeah, no worries. Let me send that to you. Probably you can check it again. Okay.
Raghu, there are two links, right? One is for
There are total 3
and
links.
one is for the BizEx.
There are total 3
Oh, I
links.
got only two. The third is the attachments.
No.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Let me start today's session, guys. So to summarize regarding the things that we discussed yesterday, basically like yesterday we discussed on the how to set up your integration job, the success factors from the success factor side, how you are going to set up the job in the provisioning system so that there will be a like automatic flow of data between the success factor system and your SAP HCM. And also like we have seen like how to configure your job roles and how you are going to upload the competencies into the system and how you are going to relate both your job roles and the competencies. So those are the things that we discussed in yesterday's session, guys, and also like we discussed on the email signature, like while you are configuring the emails, the place where you are going to maintain the signature of your organization or basically the administrator. So those things we have discussed in yesterday's session, guys. And coming to today's session, so we are going to work on the workforce analytics module, and basically like any module with your success factors, it will start with how you are going to activate that particular module in the provisioning system, guys. So we are moving towards the concept of the different functional modules available or provided by success factors. So whenever you are going to implement any specific module, let's say you are implementing workforce analytics, so you have to understand how you can activate that particular module in the success factors provisioning system. So say your organization is implementing workforce analytics. You got your license and everything is set up with respect to the sales phase. After that, being a consultant, how you are going to activate that particular module. 1 second, guys, 1 second. Kamal, you might have to select the mic and speakers on GoToMeeting.
Raghu, I have a good question before going forward.
Yeah, someone asking question.
Yeah, Raghu Tasneem here. Raghu, there is quite a few things missing, like success factor language packs or managing to-do list.
No, to-do list we have seen, right? How to activate that, how to deactivate the to-do list we have seen. And I also showed you the language packs, how to activate your language packs and how to deactivate your language packs. In the provisioning system, I showed you, right? I don't know like whether you, let me show you again. If you go to your company settings, right? People send that to me, right? I'll upload that, guys.
Okay, thanks. Just to inform you, I have already sent it to you.
Sure, yeah, I'll do that. I'll upload that and I'll reply to that email, Kavita.
Okay, thanks, Raghu.
Sure, yeah. Okay, guys, let me log into the system. You see here, the moment I log in here, right, I can see the reporting module available here. You see, there is an option to access the reporting module. Even though you are an employee, if you have access to the reporting module, yes, you can go ahead and access the reporting module. You can see under the reporting, there are two different variations. One is your dashboards and another is your analytics. So the entire, your dashboards plus analytics, that is what is there inside your workforce analytics module, guys. Basically, the dashboards is like a kind of graphical representation of your reports. So in whatever fashion you are interested, right, you can create a portlet and you can display that in a dashboard, and you can combine different portlets and you can prepare a dashboard, guys. And analytics is like a pure complete reporting module. You don't see any graphical kind of things over in the analytics. It is just straightforward reports, guys. Whether they are the standard reports or the custom reports, but it's all straightforward reports. You don't see any graphical things in the analytics part. But the first thing, as I was telling you, right, how you are going to activate this module. Right now you can see here the reporting module is available in the instance, but when you are going to get the license for workforce analytics for the very first time in your organization, how the system looks like for you. Let me show you how the system looks like when you don't have the workforce analytics license with you. Then I'll start configuring that from the scratch, guys. And just deactivating the module completely, guys. You should be good. You can see there is an option to save these changes, whatever you are doing here. Let me save that. And once you save that, right, let me go back and log out and log in from the instance, guys.
Raghu, we are not seeing your screen. Are you sharing the provisioning system, Raghu?
Yeah, I'm sharing my screen.
Okay, so I think it's frozen for me. I think it's only I could see the instance screen now, the report screen.
Oh, I'm just right now I am showing the login screen of your instance. Is it the same thing with everyone, guys? Are you able to see my instance
sir.
login screen?
Yes, we can.
We can
Okay.
see.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes.
I'm able to see. Yeah.
Yes, Raghu.
Yep. Okay. Probably like Rupesh, you might just log off and log in immediately, Rupesh.
Okay, Raghu, this is Nirmal.
Yeah. Okay.
Hello.
Yep. Your report is still available, guys. Just a second. I don't know, like it is taking some time to get activated. Let me log in here. Yep. You can see, guys, right now you don't see the reporting module at all. You see here, we deactivated that module completely in the provisioning system, and you see, visualize this, guys, as though you don't have any workforce analytic license for your organization. This is how you will see the system. But say you got your license and you paid everything, and how you are going to set up the workforce analytics module in the provisioning system. The first thing is like, yes, any module you have to activate that module, and below that module you have to understand what are the different features or the functionality provided by that particular module, and you have to activate the corresponding switches in the provisioning system. So for that you have to go let me go ahead and log in into the provisioning system, and I'll show you what are the different things. At least the mandatory thing is that you need to be aware and make sure that you are going to activate those switches to activate your workforce analytics module, guys. Let me log in into the system. If you go to your provisioning system
So,
and
Raghu,
under yes, Srini.
yeah, if you don't buy a workforce analytics with an extra money, and if you implement any kind of a module, are there any out-of-the-box reports that does Success provides, or do you
No.
have to purchase?
No, you have to see any report, right? Even though if it is out of the box, right? That will be inside your workforce analytics module, Srini.
Okay, but okay, then in other sense, you have to buy workforce analytics.
Yes, exactly. If you are talking about reports, right? Yes, they are all residing in your workforce analytics module. So you have to buy the associated license for that, Srini.
Yeah, thanks.
Yeah. Okay. So what I'm going to do is like I'm just going to activate the analytics module here, guys. And you can see there is a section called as analytics and dashboard tabs and miscellaneous reporting. This is the place, especially this is the section you have to concentrate with respect to activating your workforce analytics module. And you can see the first thing is like, you can see here, these things, single sign-on and all those things you forget about, because whenever you are going to integrate that with any other system, that is when it is very important. But right now, you concentrate on your analytics tab. You can see here, analytics. This is where all your reports are presenting, and your dashboards. Dashboard 1.0 and dashboard 2.0 are the latest things, guys, available with your dashboards, and basically your reports, and whether you want to activate the functionality of scheduling the report, and you want to look at the report output at a later point of time. You have to select. If you are interested in scheduling the reports, yes, you have to enable the schedule of reports. And you can see there is something called as disable export to Excel from list views. So if you don't want to, or if you want to restrict your employees exporting the list view reports output into an Excel, right? You have to go ahead and activate this, which then it will disable the functionality of exporting the report output. And you have something called as ad hoc report builder, guys. It is just it's not so sophisticated tool to build your reports, but it is one way how you can build your custom reports, guys. It is called as ad hoc report builder. So whether you are interested in activating that particular functionality in your workforce analytics for your employees or not. Say if the answer is yes, you want to use ad hoc reporting functionality in your organization. Go ahead and activate that. Activate these two checkboxes, guys. And once you activate the ad hoc report builder, you have a couple of modules in your success factors, right? So which module data should be reported using the ad hoc report builder tool? That is what you are going to tell here in this place, whether you are interested in reporting the recruiting module using the ad hoc report builder, because ad hoc report is nothing but you are building custom reports, guys. So whether your recruiting module should be available to the ad hoc report builder so that someone can build some custom reports using the ad hoc report builder or not. And if the question is yes, then you have to go and select this appropriate module. Let's say you are interested in doing compensation related reporting using the ad hoc report builder. You have to select the corresponding checkboxes against the compensation module. And let's say anyhow employee central we didn't activate it, guys. So forget about employee central at this moment. And your goal management, yes, goal management data I want to report using the ad hoc report builder. Go ahead and select the goal management under the ad hoc report builder. And employee profile, this is what we have worked right in the last yesterday or day before yesterday. Yes, you have to go ahead and select the employee profile. And nothing, these are all things are not activated, guys. Learning is not activated. And say job information, anything else. Even if you activate it, even though the corresponding module is not activated, but if you select the checkbox, it doesn't cause any harm, guys. Only thing like you will not be able to report that particular thing, but it doesn't cause any harm to you. Don't worry about that. And you can see your rating scales, your forms. So whatever the performance management. So things that you are interested, basically all those in security and proxy data you can see here, everything you will be able to get from this reporting tool itself. Like that, you can go ahead and activate the different things that you are interested under the workforce analytics module. That is how you are going to tell to the system, yes, I got the licenses associated with the workforce analytics, and these are the different features of the functionality of workforce analytics I want to make sure that, or at least I want to activate for my organization. So this is how you have to activate it, guys. And the moment you activate it, right, go ahead and save that particular functionality, the things that you change in the provisioning system, right? You can see here there is a corresponding save option available here. Go ahead and save that particular changes that you did in the provisioning system, guys. You see right now what I did, I activated the workforce analytics and the different corresponding features of the functionality under the workforce analytics. That's what I did in the provisioning system. Done. With this job, yes, the provisioning system activation of your workforce analytics is done. You never come back to the provisioning system and you are not going to change any sort of things in the provisioning system. So go ahead and now log into your instance, guys. It might take like 1 or 2 minutes, but it will get your workforce analytics module will be activated in your organization instance, guys. Let me check whether it is available or not. Yeah, you can see, guys. Now you are seeing the reporting module. Yes, your reporting is available for you. Go ahead and you can see dashboards are available, dashboard 2.0 is available, analytics is available. In fact, like everything is available, which means that your module is activated. And again, it depends on like what kind of permissions you have in your organization. You will be able to see dashboards or dashboard 2.0 or analytics. It all depends on the permissions. I'll tell you like where you are going to configure the permissions with respect to your reporting module. But so far, whatever we have seen here, that is how you are going to activate the module in the provisioning system, guys. Any questions, guys, please?
Raghu, one quick question. So we saw that yesterday we were scheduling these jobs, right, from the job types and all, and there we have a drop down of reports.
Yes.
So for that to be activated, should we activate workforce analytics and only then the integration is possible, or it is independent of that?
Reports, right? Yes, your workforce analytics should be activated in order to exchange the data from your reports, even though from the provisioning system, Smita. Yes, it should be activated.
Okay, so you mean that if there is an integration between SuccessFactors and third party something, whatever it is, SAP or Peoples or whatever, if the data has to pass and if you are using any of the reports, then this has to be activated, right?
To your question, let me answer very precisely. See, your reports is only one of those job types.
Yes, correct.
Yes, if you want to use any of these reports to exchange the data, right? Yes, your workforce analytics should be activated. And even if your workforce analytics is not activated, you are not handicapped. You have a lot of other job types which are capable of pushing entire data of your SuccessFactors to other system or get data from other system and load into SuccessFactors, Smita.
So are they standards or are they like customized from the data model?
No, they are all standard. Standard, and yes, you can customize them further, but
okay.
If whatever you are going to customize, yes, they are going to sit in the job types.
Okay, got it.
Yep. Any other questions, guys? Okay. I'm just muting everyone. So the second thing is going to be like, one thing, you activated successfully the module in SuccessFactors provisioning system. That is good. And where you are going to grant the permissions to the employees to access this module, or a couple of reports, or the different components of your workforce analytics, where you are going to configure that particular permissions. So you have to go to your admin tools, guys. Go to your admin tools, and you can see there is an option called as reporting. Forget about that. The place where you are going to grant the access is, you can see here. Go to your admin privileges and search for, let's say you are talking about HR admin. And you should see, you can see, guys, there is an option called as dashboards and reports. But here you can see the things that you are seeing here is more of like a administrative privileges towards your workforce analytics module, guys. Understand these things, guys, because your permissions are related to the, let's say, your admin needs permissions. Admin needs admin privileges to configure the workforce analytics module. But your employees need just to run the reports or dashboards, to refresh the dashboards, or if granted, yes, they can create new dashboards and new reports as well. But in order to create new dashboards and new reports, you don't need any admin privileges. That is what I am telling. So you have two levels of privileges with respect to the modules. One is your admin privileges. Yes, if you want to configure or activate some functionality or deactivate some functionality of your admin privileges that can be possible from your instance, you need admin privileges. Usually the SuccessFactors consultant will have the admin privileges. So where you are going to provide, let me start from this point, guys. So where you are going to grant that admin privileges to the SF consultant is, it is from the admin tools under the admin privileges. Let me, one second, guys. You can see set user permissions in your administration tools, go to admin privileges, and this is the place where you are going to grant or revoke admin access to the corresponding module or corresponding component, guys, are basically domains. These are your different domains, security domains, guys. See, whether you are granting someone to create portlet permissions, or you are granting admin to go ahead and configure things around your dashboards, individual portlet, filtering options, trending, thresholds. So all these things, whether you are allowing people to go ahead and create UCAL tiles and dashboards. So these kind of things you are configuring in the under the admin privileges. This goes with the SuccessFactors consultant, guys. You are not going to grant this kind of access to the employees. Okay, so once this is done, say the consultant got this access, but there might be employees, right? where you are going to configure the permissions to the employees. So the place where you are going to configure the permissions to the employees, stating that what kind of reports they can access, whether they will be able to look at the dashboards or not, is you can see here you have to look back at your reporting module. So you are a consultant, you got your access, everything, and click on reporting module, guys. And you can see here there are lot of permissions. So let's say, let me click on this thing, guys, dashboard, list view, spotlight, view, report access. I'll talk about all these different types of reports, guys, but I'm just concentrating on the permissions now. One second, guys. One second, guys. I don't know, like. Problem is, like, sometimes it loads from the cache, guys. That's the reason, like, every time we have to clear the cache, then only the latest things are going to load onto your browser. Yeah, you can see here it is available, but when you load it from the different browser, right, something else has loaded stating that you don't have license, which was like previously when we deactivated the module, right? That's the case. And now, so I spoke about how the administrator is going to get access, but how the employees are going to get access to access the reporting module is, you can see here, go to your reporting and say you are interested in granting the access to the dashboards, the list view reports, spotlight view reports, these kind of reports. If say someone is, you got a request stating that couple of employees in your organization should be granted with this access, they should be able to access all these report types in the dashboards in your organization. Whether it is couple of people or it is a group based on some division department, you can go and provide access based on these two criteria, guys. And let's say you got a request stating that someone like Sudhir need access to, Sudhir might be an employee in your organization, and you got a request stating that Sudhir should be able to access these reports. And here you can see this is how you are going to grant the access. Select the username. Yes, Patel is the username. And if you see here, forget about all these things till the job code, guys. They are the profile information of Sudhir. But starting from the dashboards here, yeah, Sudhir needs to access the dashboards. If the answer is yes, whether he is supposed to access all the dashboards of your organization or only couple of existing dashboards. Let's say if the answer to the question is yes, he needs to access all the dashboards, you have to select the radio button associated with respect to the all option. Here you can see all functional, custom, applicable, role dashboards. Click on this. Otherwise, say he is not supposed to access all the dashboards of your organization, but as per his job role, he might be interested or he is required to access only, say, goal management dashboard. Then you can see here, you are going to select the other option and you are going to select the goal management here, which means that you are granting permissions to Sudhir, enabling him to access the dashboards related to only to the goal management. And let's say otherwise, if it is all, go ahead and select all. Let's say he is not at all authorized to access any dashboard in your organization. Select the no dashboard option, guys, which means that you are revoking the complete access to Sudhir, making him to not be able to see any dashboards of your organization. Like that, it is going to be the same thing for all other things, guys. You can see UCal tiles and dashboards. It's one type of reports, one type of dashboard, sorry guys. List view and spotlight view, classic reports, you can see here, and all other types of, whether he is supposed to access the ad hoc report builder to build the custom reports or not. Yes, you have to grant all those things. Even though you are a administrator, guys, in order to access these different types of reports, you have to have this access. Then only you will be able to see this report option, and when you click on the report option, you will be able to see the different types of dashboards, analytics. Under analytics, you will be able to see the different types of reports and the ad hoc report builder, guys. So that is pretty important, guys. One thing, like, yes, you are consultant, you need to have the admin access. Once you have the admin access, right, you need to have the user access as well to go ahead and look at the data and go ahead and see what kind of dashboards you will be able to access, or what kind of data you can extract out of that reports. Okay, and this is one thing you can see. And the other thing is, like, say your organization has branches across the globe, and as per your organization rules, people in one geographical location are not supposed to access the data of the other employees who belongs to different geographical location or division or anything, in fact, guys. So you are basically defining your line of sight, what kind of data you are authorized to see. So when you go ahead and run the employee profile report, whether you are supposed to see all the employees of your organization, or you are restricted to see only the data of the employees who belongs to the same division as you are working. So that is nothing but it is restricting what kind of data that you are able to see. Yes, you are able to see all the reports, but in the report outputs, whether you are authorized to see all the data or not is going to be defined by something called as a line of sight in SuccessFactors, guys. And it is going to be configured under the detailed reporting privileges. You can see, go to your reporting module under the analytics tab, go to detailed reporting privileges here, and this is the place where you are going to configure that. Let's say you are trying to configure that for HR admin, which means that my username, and search for that particular user here. Here you can see, guys. So this user, whether he is authorized to report on all divisions or only on his own division or group of divisions, whatever you are going to grant access here. So like that, you are going to define what kind of data this guy can look in the system. This is the place where you are going to configure the line of sight. Usually it is called as line of sight, guys. And here you can see under the detailed reporting privileges, you are going to do that. And it is very important, guys. Might be like someone even ask you when you attend any interview stating that you have workforce analytics reporting experience. So stating that, so that is how you are going to grant permissions, whether it is an administrator or your employee. These are the two places. One is your under administrative privileges, another is under your reporting module, guys. So that is the thing with respect to the second thing. When you activated a provisioning system, your workforce analytics is activated in the provisioning system, you are granted the permissions to the employees, and coming to the core things of your workforce analytics. So what kind of functionality or what are the different features available in your workforce analytics module? And so far whatever we have seen, you know that there are reports which are available under analytics module and there are dashboards. So with respect to these two categories, right, in the dashboards, again we have two different variants, guys. One is the dashboard 1.0, which was the original old version of your dashboards, and another is dashboard 2.0, guys, which is also called as UCal reports, UCal dashboards, guys, sorry. And the other category is like with respect to your analytics, nothing but your reports. Under reports, you have different types of reports, guys. Whether it can be a list view reports or spotlight view reports or classic report, or it can be an ad hoc report. So what are the different variants of these report types? Let me concentrate on let me go to the reports thing, and then I'll come back to the analytics sorry guys. Let me concentrate on the reports, and then I'll start working on the dashboards, guys, because your reports are the source of information for your dashboards, guys. So with respect to the different types of reports that you see, I'm not talking about dashboards, guys, with the different types of reports. So where you will be able to find the different types of reports, whether they are the standard reports or your custom reports, where you will be able to find all of them is go to your analytics module. You are reporting or workforce analytics, click on this. You don't need any admin privilege for that, guys. Based on whether you are supposed to access the report module or not, you will be able to see the reporting option under the home drop down menu. And here you can see there is the dashboards, dashboard 2.0 and analytics. Yes, we are concentrating on the reports now. We are just keep it aside the dashboards for now, guys. And here you can see these are the different types of, at a high level you can see, you are able to see the list view reports, and this is your report center, guide. In fact, I forgot to tell you about, the moment you click on the analytics, you are going to land it on the report center. The entire page is called as the report center, guys. And you see these are the different types of reports available in your success factors, guys. List views, spotlight views, report, spreadsheet reports, and classic reports.
So Raghu, this is Sri.
Yeah, Srini.
Yeah, so I know this is important on the security point of view. So I know when you did the security settings, there were all these ad hoc reports, but I haven't seen the standard reports section over there. So if you want to give, if you don't want to give an access to the managers or whoever it is, the standard reports, is there any permission over there, or like we just want to give the ad hoc reports, but we don't want to give any standard
Yes,
reports?
it is there, right? One second. Let me go back. You can see list view, spotlight view. Let's say HR admin is your manager. Let's say the candidate that we are talking about. Say this guy is not supposed to see the list view reports, and this guy is not supposed to access the spotlight view reports, and this guy is not supposed to access the classic reports. And yes, as we are talking about it, only he should be able to access the ad hoc report builder and the report that has been built using the ad hoc reports. Okay. This is how you are going to do that. You are deactivating the you are deactivating the list view reports, spotlight view reports, classic reports, and so that is how you are just providing him the ad hoc reports option. Does it answer your question, Srini? Hello, Srini?
Oh, sorry. No, is it the ad hoc report builder standard reports bin? Is that the section where you should do it to not to show the standard reports?
No.
Beside the
See,
classic.
no. One second. See, list view, spotlight view, classic, all these things are standard reports only. Whether your list view, spotlight view, spreadsheet, classic reporting. These are the 4 different types of reports, and in addition to that, you have the ad hoc reports. So where all your standard reports are available is like they are available under your list view or spotlight view or classic reports or your spreadsheet reports. So the moment you are deactivating these things, right? Yes, he lost access to all the standard reports.
Yep, thank you.
Yep, okay. Let me save this.
Raghu, I have a question on this.
Yeah, Tasneem.
Under the other, it wants to authorize them to areas like goal management and performance management. How we can do that?
Sorry, Tasneem, can you repeat that question? Hey, Tasneem, like little bit noise is coming from your side, Tasneem. Yeah, go ahead, Tasneem. Be little bit loud, Tasneem.
Okay. Raghu, like you see the other option radio button. So under other option, you just assign them the goal management. If we want to assign them goal management and performance management.
Yeah, you will be able to do that. Yes. That is what we have seen, right? In the dashboard, if you are going to activate the dashboard, say you are not supposed to, you don't want to grant the access to the dashboards of all your modules. Only you should be able to see the dashboards related to the goal management. You are restricting, yeah, and performance. You can select like that. You can just select a control button and click on whatever the modules that you are interested. That's it.
Okay, thank you.
Okay.
Raghu, how do you know which employees are going to be restricted and which employees need access to which reports?
No, usually like your client will tell you that motion. Let's say your managers are there. Yes, managers, they need to be able to access their team members' performance reports, their goal management reports. Yes, they need to access that. Usually your client will tell you who is going to access what kind of reports and what areas that you need to expose to them. And most of the time,
so this will be done in the requirements.
Yeah, it is going to be decided in the requirement sessions motion.
Okay.
Yeah.
Who is supposed to be mentioned in the workbook?
Pardon?
All these things like
yes. You need to You have to gather the requirements and mention in the configuration workbooks, guys.
Raghu, let's say I want to show a self-evaluation has been completed 50%. So how do I show it before then?
You have to go ahead and write a ad hoc report, Sandy.
Okay, so
in the filter you are going to say that your criteria, right? Yes, the goals that has been completed 50%. Pull those kind of employees or those kind of templates.
Right, while executing the performance appraisal system and performance appraisal at that time, if I want to show that the actual current completion rate with some charts or something like that, so how do you configure in SuccessFactors?
Yes, that is what we are going to do in the workforce analytics, Sandy. We just started that. We are just understanding what the different types are available. Then we'll create the dashboard. Then we'll create the custom reports, all those things. We'll see that, Sandy.
Raghu, here you showed that for user level we have to give the privileges. So for a group of users, say for example you said managers, can we do it that option rather than going into user levels?
Yeah, we have the group option also, right? Based on a certain group, whether they belong to a certain division, department, or like all the managers, you can do that. Let me show you guys. You can see here whether all the employees are with direct report is only, without direct report is only. Direct report is nothing but they are the managers. Whoever got some employees reporting to them in the hierarchy, right? They are all categorized under this particular option. Does it answer your question, Anushmita?
Okay.
Yeah, regarding the permissions that you were mentioning, are these permissions customizable in the sense, like, have you come across any scenario for the report authorizations where there would be a scenario where they need out of whatever is standard provided? Would there be such a scenario, or all these permissions are more than enough?
No, usually your reporting module, right? Yes, your permissions are sufficient. I know like where you are going, you have a custom requirement and how you are going to configure that permissions around the custom requirement, right? Yeah. It's all reports. Even if you are if you are just talking about workforce analytics, right? It might be a custom report. Again, your custom report permissions can be granted under the privileges, whatever we are seeing here, right? Under the ad hoc report builder, yes, you are going to fine tune your permissions, whether someone should be able to access that report or not here itself.
Okay, so we don't need that role-based permission thing to be used here, right?
It's not mandatory. You are not handicapped even though you don't have RBP, at least with respect to your workforce analytics.
Okay, but there is a possibility that if such a scenario comes up where customer has crazy requirements, then we can use RBP also right here.
You can use it. Like, see, just because of one requirement, you are not going to activate RBP, Smita.
No, I know
Yeah.
that.
Yeah. As an alternative, yes, you can always go to your RBP and look like if your administrative domain is not sufficient, right? Yes, you can look back at your RBP to fine tune your. Always you can fine tune your security with RBP.
Okay, fine.
Okay, come back, guys. Come back. Oh, yeah, one second. Someone is asking question. I just muted. Sorry. I don't know like who is asking that question. Yeah, go ahead.
Raghu, Kavita here. Just one quick question. If we don't have workforce analytics implemented in a particular company, are some basic reports still available with other modules like goal management, performance, or any other module?
No, Kavita. See,
Absolutely no.
is there any other place where you can access report other than going into these reports? Sometimes it is even being displayed as workforce analytics. So this is the place where you will be able to access your reports. So if your workforce analytics is not activated, right, you don't see that particular option at all, which means that you don't have a way to go inside or look at any other reports available with respect to the other modules of your system. Your entry point is closed.
Okay.
So you will not be able to run any report, or you will not be able to see any report. Yes, you can still export your data, import your data, but they are not reports, right?
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, fine. Yep,
Okay.
thanks.
Yeah. Okay. Coming back to the standard reports available in your SuccessFactors out of the box functionality. So these are the different types of reports, guys. List view reports, spotlight view reports, and your spreadsheet reports and classic reports. Yes, I'll tell you what is the difference between these different 4 types of reporting. And in addition to the standard reports, report types, you have something called ad hoc reports, and that is the place where you are going to build your custom reports, guys. So ad hoc report is nothing but it is the tool available to you to build your custom reports. Just understand that. And with respect to this list view, spotlight view, and these things, what is the difference between these different types of reports? And when you talk about list view reports, right, it's just a report which will more look like your ALV reports. If someone is comfortable with SAP, right, they might have seen that. Or otherwise, if you just talk about it, right, you don't see any sophisticated functionality, nothing, no graphics, nothing. It's just a plain text being displayed in your list view reports, guys. And you see the data is going to be displayed in one second, guys, let me get one report output. You can see these are the standard reports available under the list view type. And this is how you are going to execute the report or run the report, guys. You see, you went there and based on your criteria, you can go ahead and select your filter settings. Say you want to see all the data of your employees and divisions, department, all those things. And these are the different columns that you are interested to see in your display output. And say you are interested in showing the all these things. And let's say, let me go ahead and run the report. We'll see. You see, there is an option to generate report. Click on this generate report, guys. Nothing but you are running the report to see the data output. And you can see it's just a plain table format of how you are going to display the data, and you can navigate between your different pages here. And you can export the data if you're interested, right? You can export the data to a spreadsheet, and you can analyze the data offline on your desktop as well, guys. And say if you want to schedule this export, say you have huge amount of records being extracted out of this report, and you want to schedule this export, you can go ahead and click on schedule export, and this is one of the options, guys. If you remember, when we are activating the different features of your workforce analytics in the provision system, we have seen whether you want to activate the exporting scheduling of your reports or not. As we activated the scheduling of the reports, that is the reason you are able to see the schedule export option here. And you can see your report has been scheduled, and an email will be sent to you if the email is activated, because we have seen, right, how you are going to activate and deactivate the emails. Yes, if it is activated, you are going to receive an email. Otherwise, where you are going to find the report output, say if you come back after a few hours, where you are going to find the output of this report that you schedule here? You have to go to the scheduled reports bin, guys. You can see here also, you can click on that, but otherwise you can see there is an option to find your scheduled, you can see scheduled reports bin, or it's a sub tab, guys. Here select the scheduled reports here, and you will be able to see all the scheduled reports that has been scheduled in your organization, guys. And you will be able to download the report output here itself. You can see here it ran just now, guys. 12:15:02:20 is the when that it's submitted, and the status is completed, and you can download the file either from this zip option, or you can download the file straight away, guys. And coming back to the other types, you can see right now, you can see that it's basically it's a table format. That is how you are going to display the data in list views. So what are the other type? Your spotlight view. Your spotlight view, I don't say it like a complete graphical representation, but it will try to make your report with little bit of graphics added to that, and all the data associated with respect to your spotlight view reports is going to be displayed in the same page, guys. You can see under spotlight views, these are the reporting standard reports available, and again it corresponding to how many modules that you activated in your organization, what kind of permissions that you granted to this guy, the guy who is right now, I am the person, I am the fellow who is looking at this, right? Based on my authorization, I'll be able to see the different types of reports available under the different types of report types, guys. And say I want to extract the goal plan summary report from the spotlight views. Go ahead and click on that, and you can select your own filter options, your own data options, and based on this thing, right? Let's say you want to generate report output, and what kind of display options, whether you are interested in what kind of data that you want to see here. And you can see again it is more similar to your what do you call list view reports, and in some cases where if you are interested in some progress or some kind of thing, right, it will add, it won't add much graphics, but it will add your bars, guys. I don't know like what you call it as, like there is some bars showing the progress, right? It will show that particular fashion, guys. 1 second, guys. Yeah, like that you can go ahead and customize those things, but I don't see any difference between these two things, guys. 1 second. No, guys, okay, let me go back.
Raghu, where do you run the report from?
It is going to be like just generate report. It's not a run option. If you go to a specific report, right, let me go into one of those reports here. If I go to spotlight view reports, right, let me, 1 second, guys, it is a little bit slow here. Say if you're interested in running the goal plan summary report, select the goal plan summary report here under the type of report that you are interested. Once you select that, right, you have an option all the way down. You can see there is an option to generate report, which means that you are running the report. Here, guys, generate report is nothing but your run report option. And in the same fashion, you have something called a spreadsheet reports. It is more like a different kind of sheets, and where you will be, you can see like around 20 spreadsheet reports available. If say if you are going to activate all the modules of your success factors and you granted someone all the access, your spreadsheet report is the maximum. It's going to hold the maximum number of reports, guys. Yeah.
Sorry, Raghu, this is Shiva. I missed that spotlight view results. I lost my connection. Can you show me?
Yeah. See the spotlight view reports, right? Click on the spotlight view reports, and under the spotlight view reports type, what are the different standard reports available to you? You will be able to see there. And here you can see there are 4 different standard reports available under the spotlight view report type. And you can go ahead and run any of those things that you're interested. Let's say you are interested in employee comparison. Select that particular report and select the filter options that you are interested to keep, and go ahead and run the or generate the report, guys. Then only you will be able to see the output of that particular report. Let me do that once, and then I'll move on to the spreadsheet reports, guys. Hold on a moment, guys. If you don't mind, just let me plug my charger. Yeah. Here you can see, guys, yes, this is the report. You can see little bit of like bars stating that what is kind of progress or whether they have the presence in that particular thing or not. You will be able to see under the spotlight view. This is what I'm telling. It is capable of adding little bit graphics, but it's not like a kind of your dashboard. Yeah. And you can see you have your own display options, you can keep your own filter options based on your interest and your own data options. All those things you can keep and run it again, guys. If you keep an update, the data is going to be refreshed, guys. And these are pretty standard, guys. We are not going to customize anything in here, but I just want to show you what is the difference between these different types of reports. And basically, like, you'll be able to extract almost all the modules data using the standard report itself, guys. Apart from that, if you want to join 2 or 3 different modules of or domains of your success factor system, that is when you look at the your ad hoc report builder. And your spreadsheet reports, it's nothing special, guys. They are like just your spreadsheets. And you can see a couple of reports available here. Let's say if you are interested in goal summary report, go ahead and select the report goal summary report, and you will be able to run the report output. And this is the report type. Spreadsheet reports is the report type which is going to hold the maximum number of reports. Let's say if you are activating the all the modules of your success factors, where you will be able to extract all the data from the different modules, is like you have a standard report available under the spreadsheet type report option, guys. And you can see here, so what kind of data under your goal summary? Yes, under which goal plan template that you are interested. As I told you earlier, your success factor system is based on the templates or forms. And you can see what kind of view, whether you are interested in getting the detailed report permissions or you are interested in getting only your team data based on the privilege that has been accessed to you, right? You can go ahead and select the submit report request. You can see here. It is taking some time, yes, just a second. You can see your report output you will be able to get only in the scheduled reports. So you will not be able to see the report output here, guys. You have to always, with respect to your spreadsheet reports, you have to always go and look into your scheduled reports bin. That is where you will be able to see the output. It's not on the same screen. And coming back to the other report type, the classic report type. Let me go back the rest. One second, guys. Let me open this in a different browser. And again, your spreadsheet, sorry, it's not spreadsheet, classic reports, you have to always schedule them to see the output of the classic reports, guys. Similar to your spreadsheet reports. And it can also, basically, if you want to extract huge amount of data, right? Yes, you can rely on your spreadsheet report or on your classic reports, and you will be able to extract the data into even like from the classic report, you can put the data in your spreadsheet, and you can download the data from the scheduled reports bin, guys.
Raghu, your voice is breaking sometimes.
Oh, okay, one second. My mic was like a little bit far away, guys.
Your screen.
Yeah, one second, Tasneem, one second. I don't know. System was very slow. I don't know why it is. You can see it is breaking now and then.
Hello?
Yep.
Hello?
Hey, Tasneem.
Raghu, I can't see your screen.
No. It is nothing, like it is not even loading. It is just hanging there, Tasneem.
No, Raghu, it's the screen accepts online training and production to must be organized. There is nothing coming up with just a white screen.
Yeah. It didn't load it.
That's saying progress temporary unavailable.
Yeah, that's what. It is slow, guys. So 1 second. Just a second, guys. Just a second. It is loading. It is taking time to load. I don't know. Till this point, it is working fine, and all of a sudden, it became very slow.
Raghu, probably you can put your laptop for charging.
I
It's
placed the charger.
charging.
Yeah, a charger. I placed it.
Yeah. Sometimes it happens because of that also.
Oh, might be. I don't know, like how this is impacting. There might be electrostatic things, or that might be discharging from there. Okay, coming back to, let me complete the other reporting type, guys. Then I'll probably I'll wind it up for today. Okay. Go to the analytics module. No guys, it's not at all loading.
Let's start tomorrow then.
Yeah, sure. It's not tomorrow. Like we'll be meeting on Sunday, guys. So there won't be there is no session on Saturday. We'll meet on Sunday early morning.
Raghu, when are you starting? Are you starting it probably say 10 o'clock or thereabout?
No, we'll be starting at 7 a.m. Eastern time, Victor. I don't know like what might be your local time.
Yeah, it's 7 a.m. Well, because you guys are 5 hours ahead of you guys. So obviously that means it's going to be around 11 o'clock or 12 o'clock.
Yeah, 11. Yeah, 11 or 12 of your time. Probably like 12 of your time, Victor.
I'll be touch then.
Raghu, can we start an hour later?
Yeah, sure.
Hello Raghu, what would be the dead time in Sydney? Because I'm attending this course from Sydney.
Okay, that might be 1 second.
It's around your 5 o'clock or 3 o'clock in the morning?
8 o'clock, 8 p.m. or 9 p.m. Kamal.
Okay, in Sydney, right?
Yeah.
On Sunday.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, that's fine.
Raghu, it's 7 a.m. EST or 8 a.m. EST?
8 a.m. EST. Some asked that why can't we start it later, like 1 hour later.
So it'll be 6:30 in India, 6:30 evening.
Yes. No, you don't worry about it, guys. If you're not able to attend, just let me know. I'll be able to record that particular session without missing anything over there, and I'll share that with you. And if you have any questions, yes, we can discuss that in the next session, guys.
So when are you going to share it then?
I'll share that immediately after the session, guys, because someone is not able to catch that on the weekends, right? I'll do that anyhow. Like weekend, I am free, right? I have some time to convert that, and I'll share that immediately after the session.
All right, because apparently I was going to be in church by then, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Don't worry about that, Victor. Yeah, it's only like 1 day. I'm going to take only on Sunday, guys. There is no session on Saturday, only Sunday.
Now, Raghu, can you send the recordings for the XML sessions that we did? Because I am kind of lost.
Check your email. Just I send around 20 minutes back, Motion.
Thank you so much. Really appreciate it.
Okay, Motion.
And Raghu, regarding the previous session also, Raghu, this is Shweta. That was
I send that to you as well, Shweta.
Oh.
Yeah.
Raghu, today is my first class, so I missed the previous one.
Yeah, I'll talk to you.
I just want to catch up all of those.
Sure, yeah, definitely. I don't know, like, how do I call you? Like, is it Kamala or Saida?
It's a Sadia.
Oh, Sadia, sorry about that. Really sorry. Yeah. I'll share the details with you, Sadia. Just go through that. Anyhow, like I'm going to schedule a session with you, and there is one more guy, and probably like on Sunday noon, it might be like a little bit late for you on Sunday, so that we'll see like how far I will be able to
That's
cover
fine.
with you. Yeah, I'll talk to you, Sadia.
Okay, okay.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, that would be great. Thank you so much.
Yeah, okay, Sadia.
Raghu, can you include me also because I also use
Sure,
previous
yeah.
sessions.
Yeah, okay, Shweta.
Okay, thank you so much, Raghu.
Sure, yep, okay, guys.
I have questions of today's class.
Yeah, Srini, yeah.
Thank you, Raghu. I'm out. Good night.
Sure, bye.
Yeah, maybe
Moshe.
once everyone comes.
Yeah, okay, Srini.
So Raghu, the typical the authorizations point of
Yeah.
yeah. Raghu, I have a question, sir. Are you there?
Yeah, go ahead,
So a
Ashwini.
typical HR requirement. These are yeah. So if we have a HR, a couple of HRs, right? So one HR should not be able to see another HR information. So I know you showed that you can restrict through the divisions, who are the divisions particular they can see, but can we, is there a possibility that you can restrict to the users? Like if you have a HR user and I want to add like 5 HR users for whom they should not see the information whenever they run a report or anything.
Yeah, if they, Shweta, can you mute yourself, Shweta? Yeah. See, let me repeat the question. I don't know like whether I understood that correctly or not. See, you have 5 different HRs, right? One HR is not allowed to see at the other HR's data, or the division that she is representing, or the location she is representing.
No, they both might, the 5 HRs might be the same division or department, but they should be able to see everyone in the department except those other 5 HRs.
No.
No. It doesn't work in that fashion, Sydney.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then okay, so there is no way that we can restrict that they should not see the other colleagues' information.
No. It's not based on like at least the user level. You cannot do that.
Okay.
Yeah.
In another one is like the HR should not see any kind of a, let's say, a CEO or executives information in a field level. Like they can see all other information of the executives, but they should not see a person field level like a salary or social security. Is there any restriction on that point?
No, you cannot do that with the administrative domains, Srini. That is that's the way like fine tune areas of your security, which are going to be only addressed by your role-based permissions.
Yeah, either in role-based. Can we do that in role-based?
Yeah, role-based you can restrict.
Okay, okay, that's good.
Yeah.
No, I don't mean all the newer versions will be using the role-based, so I'm a little concerned on the old ones.
Okay, yeah, that's a disadvantage. That is the reason like they came up with the RBB. Basically, all these things, right? They came up with that.
Yeah, because these are a very typical. I think 90%. This is what they required.
Expect, yeah, exactly, yeah, yep.
Okay, that's good. And another one is, you said that standard reports, the classical and other reports are standard reports, but there is a section on the left bottom, it says a standard reports. When you click that, or typically on the right.
No, usually like even if you click that right, you are going to see all these reports only. Nothing more than that. There is a standard reports bin, right? You are going to see the same reports over there as well. I'll probably like you have access, right? You just go and click on that. You'll see the same reports there. Yeah. It's like a different way how you can navigate to the standard reports. That's it.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's good.
Raghu, this is Ray. I'm not able to see all the options like a dashboard too and all when I go to reports. Maybe.
Yeah, you don't have access. That's the reason. Like you are not able to see that. Probably you can just go to your reporting module, administrative privileges. Go to the reporting module, and there grant yourself all the access, Ray. Or otherwise, if you are not able to do that, let me know. I'll do that.
Okay.
Yeah.
So one more last.
Yeah, Srini, go ahead, Srini.
Yeah, so one more last thing. I know the typical the text, the labels are like a subject, and then those things are mainly in the performance management. I know you mentioned in the text replacement section under the company settings. If I change it over there, it's going to reflect everywhere, right?
Yeah.
Raghu, regarding the permissions, when we go to the, we can select if we want to give for a users or a user group based on division or your direct reportee. You just showed some 2-3
Yes,
options,
yes,
right,
yep.
in that screen.
Hmm.
Are those options customizable? Can we add some more options to it, or are those options just standard?
You have to answer that. I addressed that already. See, you have something called as matrix filter, right? If you see in your section data model, your matrix filter is for that.
Yeah, but then you have activated that matrix filter, and that's why we can see those 2-3 options there.
Yes.
So we can add more than that, or it's
Yeah.
just those options?
No, you can add more than that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Raghu, can you show once how you give permission to admin? You know, the privileges permission with respect to reporting model in instance.
1 second. I don't know like whether I'll be able to navigate to that because my system is hanging, but let me try.
Okay. Tell me the path verbally also. That will
Go to admin tools, and under admin tools, go to the set user permissions, and under the set user permissions, go to the dashboard reports. You have to search under, once you go to set user permissions, right, go to the administrative privileges, and once you click the administrative privileges, right, go to the dashboards and report option. Search for the user. Basically, once you go to the administrative privileges, you have to search for the user that you are interested. And once you select the user, right, go to the dashboards and reports. There is a hyperlink available over there. It's one of the domain. And once you go there, right, that is where you have to grant the admin privileges to a consultant so that he get the admin access to that particular module. Here you can see, if you see here, I am able to launch it. Go to the admin privileges, and once you are in the admin privileges, right, search for the user. You have to search for the user that you are interested.
Okay.
And then you have to grant for that particular user what are the domains that you are interested in. And one of the domain is reports and dashboards.
Okay.
Yeah, that is how you are going to grant the admin privileges to the module, Shweta. Here, this is what I am talking about. You can see here. Either you can select this radio button or click on that hyperlink dashboard. You will see the couple of other subsections or components inside that particular domain. Yeah.
Yeah, Raghu, I think this is, I set all of the permissions, but
No,
still
this
I
is,
don't see that.
that is an admin thing. So you might be lagging these things. Let me show you why you are not seeing, right? Let me show you. This is the place where you are going to do that. Ray, right? Okay, you have these things. Let me go to the dashboard thing.
All right, Raghu. Catch
Yeah,
you
Victor.
up on, right?
Sure. Yeah. Bye, Victor. Have a nice
All
weekend.
right, Silas. Have a nice time, bros.
You too. Bye. Victor, not Victor, sorry. Ray, can you log off and log in again now? You should be able to see that.
Raghu, did you get a chance to validate those CSV file which we have sent?
No, not yet really, guys, but I have a couple of those things pending. I'll do that tonight, guys. I'll probably tonight or tomorrow I'll do that.
Right. So can we go with the system, and see, like, things are working there or not?
Yeah, you can see that. You don't have any problem with respect to.
The changes what we have made, you know, it should.
No, I have to load that. That's what I'm telling you, right? I have to load that. Then only you will be able to test your changes. Probably like I'll load that tonight and I'll reply to your email, Rumesh. I have the Kavita's pending, yours, and I'll reply one by one. Okay? Yeah, I'll do that. Don't worry, guys, because it's just Friday night, right? I get some time to work on these things.
What did you
Yeah,
change in this dashboard? Because the screen is frozen. I wanted to know why Ray didn't have access in that
No.
dashboard tab.
See, basically, like you have to grant the access. You can see there are dashboard permissions. You have dashboard portlet permissions. You have to go ahead and grant all these permissions to it. Yeah. You have a couple of all these permissions, whether the portlets, some portlets should be visible to the people or not. Spreadsheet. You see, dashboard, list view, spotlight view, report is there. Spreadsheets are here, and your different portlets are here. So it's all spread across these things. So you have to go to each and every section here and grant yourself the access.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, even reporting, I think we have 5 options, right? A total like the list view and a spotlight, a classic. I see only 3 of them. We have, I think, 4 or 5.
No. You see here, dashboards, list view report, spotlight view report types, and you see spreadsheet here. And you see classic somewhere else here. It's all like spread across the things. Yeah. It should be somewhere here. Yeah, you will see spreadsheet reports here. So like that, it's all under your admin tools only. Like basically, if you go to your admin tools, right, you will be able to see all those things.
Yeah, that's fine. Thank you. I'll play around and maybe we'll talk more. You'll be showing Sunday the ad hoc how to build a report.
Yes,
right?
yes, I'll show that. There are 2 types of reports again in ad hoc. One is like a single domain and multi-domain. I'll show both of those things and I'll talk about the difference, how to share your ad hoc reports with other users, because you are the owner, the one who is going to create that, right? He is the owner and no one else will be able to see that report. So if you want to share with other side, I'll show you how to share all those things, what are the different ways to share. All those things we'll talk about that.
But does the process match like, okay, you select a logical view similar to that, you select a data model, something like from which tables you will be pulling the data?
They are called as a domains array. Yes, we'll do that.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, guys.
So, in the provisioning system,
yeah, go ahead, Smita.
hello? Yeah, in the provisioning system yesterday when you showed the job schedule thing, and today I was asking, you said there are standard things available apart from reports, right? How do we differentiate if it's a report or it's a standard offered job to schedule?
All your reports are available under the ad hoc reporting options.
Oh, so when I select ad hoc report, only then I can see all the
the different
standard reports, is it?
No, it's your standard reports available straight away, right? Your performance, you don't need to export the report because you have the job type available for the standard ones.
Okay. Oh, for standard ones we have jobs, and for the other things we do ad hoc reports, and then when this workforce analytics is activated, it pops up there.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. Okay, Raju. Thank you.
Yep. Okay, guys. Yep. Let me start.
Thank you. Talk to us.
Yep. Bye, guys.
Raghu, this is Shweta. Raghu, just include me also, Raghu, when you start, sessions with the new joinees.
Yeah, sure. I know that, Shweta. Yeah, definitely I'll do that.
Thank you so much.
Yep.
Thank you
Okay,
so much.
Shweta. Yeah, bye.
Take care, yeah?
Yep. Okay, bye.
Thanks, Raghu. Bye.
Bye.